Okay, so in this video, we're going to talk about how car dealers utilize the wholesale pricing to purchase inventory for their car dealership. Now, this is going to be a bullet points playbook for a car dealer that's looking to purchase vehicles at a wholesale price. Now, 5 points that we're going to mention in this video is number one, how car dealers use wholesale pricing as a playbook to purchase wholesale cars. We're also going to talk about how dealers really buy cars at wholesale pricing, but it still may go out as a retail priced vehicle. We're also going to talk about wholesale car buying and the strategies that dealers use to get vehicles bought and sold at the best price. We are lastly going to talk about, if you want to be a car dealer, then how you choose to buy and sell your vehicles is really going to determine on if you are making a profit or not, because the problem is that vehicles are purchased most times with profit in mind, but vehicles are never ever sold at the time of sale. Vehicles are always sold at the time of purchase, and we're going to dive a little deep into that. So, how do you buy a wholesale car like a car dealer? This playbook is going to show you different ways that you can buy and sell, but keeping your bottom line in mind at all times. There are 5 different ways that these purchases can take place, and we're going to dive right in. So, not every wholesale car is actually sold at a wholesale price. So, I'm going to explain. The difference between wholesale and retail can literally mean the bottom line and the book value of a vehicle. So, there is a formula where purchasing, posting, marketing, as well as retailing can all look different in a person's eyes. So, as a car dealer, we try to use that formula to make sure that we're making purchases for the vehicle a little bit back book to ensure that when we do go to sell the vehicle, and if any negotiations are into play, we're still able to walk away with a profit so that the dealership can make money. Because after all, we have salesmen to pay, we have a marketing budget, we have an overall house budget, and then we must walk away as a profit in our business. So the difference is in how to discuss the main marketplace that we're selling our vehicles on. We run wholesale specials, but it just depends. Some customers may not be able to pay those cash prices. They may be looking to retail. They may need financing. They may need special financing, maybe some subprime lending. So there are a lot of different variables. And I must tell you, one controversy issue that we have occurred so many times throughout decades of selling is we post a vehicle on our website, on the marketplace for one cost. We state that this is the cash price, but then when customers come in and they need to retail, they need financing for those vehicles, they may have to pay a different selling price. Sometimes that price, the bank names the price. So banks are not going to finance vehicles without making sure they have a profit inside of this deal. Now, we try to stay away from those banks that really mark up and really charge a lot of extra money in retail, because we can't be too far off from what we advertise the vehicle for. And some entities say that it's just not right. If you post the vehicle for a certain price, then that's what the retail cost should be. But again, if you're selling vehicles and you're outsourcing your financing, you really don't have a lot of strong arm in the game where you're naming the price that the bank wants to sell you that vehicle for. So that's one way wholesale pricing can get a little tricky. But if you come in with cash, or if your customers come in with cash, or if they have outside financing, you can most certainly know to price your vehicles a little bit upwards so that you can be one of those negotiating dealers that can give a great price to your customer. So point number 2, where are car dealers really buying our cars? So I'm gonna give you a short list. We're buying our cars from dealer auctions mainly. We take trade-ins at our dealerships. We have a connection with bank repossessions where we're buying their repos. We also have fleet vehicles where vehicles are being sold on a mass level. We also have rental car companies, and I bet you didn't know they sell their vehicles at a wholesale cost to dealers like myself. We also have dealer-to-dealer trades, which is always sort of funny that one dealer may hold a unit for a certain amount of time and you're like, I really have a customer that's interested in that vehicle. If you don't mind, can we trade cars so that I can get this one sold and maybe you'll have better luck with mine? You'll be surprised that dealers will give you that option just so they can have new and fresh inventory on their car dealer lot. So just wrapping up point number 2, so many different ways to buy and just be able to obtain inventory for your car dealership. Keep an open mind and always be versatile. Don't just be one-track minded when it comes to securing inventory for your car dealership. Now, point number 3, we're going to talk about what you should check for before buying a used car. So, rule of thumb, rule number 1, check the vehicle's history. Make sure that you're buying a vehicle that, one, has been properly taken care of and that you can identify some maintenance records that will make you feel pretty good about your vehicle. I remember this one time I bought a vehicle and I was kind of new to the business, and I'm going to be honest with you, I trusted the dealer that I bought the vehicle from. But lo and behold, come to find out this vehicle had sat for at least 2 years. And when all the dust settled and when I went back to that history report, you could literally see the gap between the last time the vehicle was serviced professionally and to the date of my purchase. There literally had been 2 years that had gone by. That was my fault for not paying attention, and I had to bite that bullet, and it was a costly one at that. So pay attention to your vehicle's history reports. Make sure that a large number of years has not gone by since that vehicle was last serviced. That's very, very important. Always check your vehicles for frame damage. Your clients will, especially if you live in certain parts of the United States. If you're here in the United States, most of my followers and viewers are in the US. But if you're here, pay attention to the states that the vehicles have come from. Certain areas and certain portions of the United States have different climates, and it does cause frame damage where they're from. So make sure you invest in information about frame damaging, the number of years that the vehicle may have stayed in those particular states. Just make sure you're just a little bit more inquisitive about where your vehicle comes from state-wise. Also, pay attention really closely to auction announcements. I have been in situations where I caught that announcement and it whipped by so fast, but it could have cost me thousands of dollars, and I was able to back out of that deal because that wasn't something that I wanted to opt into. Those auction announcements can truly save you many of dollars in the long run. So also pay attention to the market value. You want to have apps on your phone or have someone taking care of informational checks in the background to make sure that you're paying the market price for vehicles and not over. You don't want to pay over the market value because your customers are taking a look at the market before they come in to purchase your inventory. So market value informationals are extremely important. Now, transportation costs are another huge experience that can cost you, and you don't want to lose a lot of your profit transporting vehicles from one area or one state to another. The next point is reconditioning. So all vehicles need some sort of small to a large reconditioning. You want to make sure that you bring your vehicles up to your specific desired look. You want your vehicles to have just that extra shine, and just remove any old scars. Any new tires need to be replaced. You may have to take care of the vinyl. Just any little touches that makes your vehicle stand out and makes it very desirable for your community to purchase from you. Now, point number 4, we're going to talk about the biggest mistakes that first-time buyers make. First-time buyers when it comes to purchasing our vehicles, they fall in love with one vehicle, and it may be that one vehicle at the auction that you're just buying over and over again. I know that was something that I done. I bought vehicles time and time again, the very same one over and over again. Now, I did have clients that were purchasing those vehicles, so it wasn't a problem. But after a while, my coworkers were like, would you stop buying that same car? Good grief, find something different. So don't be personally attached to any brands, any types of vehicles that will keep you from being versatile, because you want to make sure you do have your niche of vehicles, but you always want to stay versatile so that you get those different clients as well. Now, point number 2, you want to prevent from overpaying over emotion. I can't tell you how many times I've been in the lane and watched people buy vehicles over and over again that were overpriced, and I'm like, what are they going to do with that car? It's extremely expensive, and now it's gotten to the point now, how are they going to make a profit? So make sure that you take your time, pay attention to your pricing, and you don't want to pay more for a vehicle than it begins to be worth. How are you going to pay? How are you going to sell? Okay, so overpaying can really cost you in the long run. Now, don't ignore fees. Ignoring fees on vehicles that you have for sale can cost you a lot of money and profit in the long run. Make sure that you are paying attention to your fees and make sure that you're pricing your inventory accordingly. The next point is buying without knowing the marketplace. The marketplace has trends. People like certain cars and then they don't, and then they do. Make sure you know which vehicles are still relevant in the market. And if you have customers that buy vehicles that are no longer relevant, that's just fine. But make sure that you are in touch with your community and in touch with what's buying. I remember one time I bought a vehicle and then I looked up and nobody was even buying that vehicle anymore. I ended up having to resell the vehicle back at the auction, and I took a loss. I really did. But it was my own fault for not paying attention to the market and knowing exactly which vehicles were still trending for that time. Lastly, assuming that every auction car is a bargain. So I've been hearing lately, now you didn't get this from me, but I did hear that the marketplace has been offering a whole lot better pricing than auctions because you have dealers that are fighting over vehicles, paying overpriced. And so darn, you had to pay another extra $1,000 for a vehicle. That's probably going to cost you when you get that back to your car lot. So just don't assume that being at the auction is going to provide you with this really great cost and that everything is super cheap at the auction, because keep in mind you have other car dealers that are what we call balling for position. So if you're fighting for it, he's fighting for it, she's fighting for it, and then you've got your online auction car dealers fighting, now you have really ran the car up to retail price. So don't get into bidding wars and don't get into things that are going to cost you later on. Now, on our last bullet point, we're going to talk about how to think like a car dealer. Man, this is something that I can't express enough. I remember when I very first started selling cars, I had a very much so consumer mindset. I would go to auctions thinking like a consumer. I would be at my car dealership kind of performing like a consumer. And I had to be able to take my mindset out of that consumer mindset, because one thing I can definitely tell you is that dealers don't make money when they sell a vehicle. Dealers make money when they buy a vehicle. So you must be in the buying mode and you must be thoughtful when you're in the purchasing section of your business. That's when the profits are made, in the purchase, not in the sale. So those are my 5 bullet points. And if any of this resonates with you, like this video and subscribe to my channel. I have a journey that I'm just pulling out little bit by little bit. My videos are based on dealers, potential dealers, aspiring dealers, and car dealers that are coming back to the business. This has been such a great journey. I mean, telling you about my journey of selling cars for the last 17 years has brought me so much joy. It has been so lucrative for my family. I mean, hey, I have been a female in this business where this has been majority a male business, but when I tell you I have been so fulfilled, I've just been taken care of. I don't know if it's because I was the woman in the room, and the men, even though they have bid against me, some of them have outbid me. Sometimes I've outbid them. So the experience has been great. I have sold thousands upon thousands of vehicles, and I know that if you put your mind to it, if I could do it, you can do it. I come from a totally different sector of business, but once I buckled down and put my mind to it, I was able to really outsell some of my counterparts, which is crazy. So like this video if you resonate with any of this information, and I just want to round it up by saying the Car Dealer's Playbook can really give you an inside scoop on what it is that a car dealer is truly thinking. And until next time, have a great night.